Sarah was 19 when we lost her dad, my husband, to cancer. Not long after that, I was diagnosed with cancer myself. That time in our lives was a perfect storm. I was grieving, scared for my own health, and trying to hold my family together. But that loss and fear triggered something deep in Sarah. It was as if a switch flipped inside her, and suddenly I was watching her battle something I couldn't reach or reason with, her mind. Over the next 3 years, I tried to carry it all. I tried to keep Sarah safe. I tried to keep our home calm. But she began to self-medicate with alcohol and marijuana, and the changes in her behavior became frightening. There were arguments, outbursts, moments that shook me. My younger sons lived in a constant state of unease. Home was no longer a safe haven. It was tense, unpredictable, and at times, scary. I didn't sleep much. I was always waiting for the next crisis. I tried to find help, guardians, community support, anything, but there was nothing consistent. The county resources were stretched thin, and no one had the capacity to truly step in. I was completely alone in trying to manage Sarah's mental health, while also trying to be a present parent to my other 2 children. I was a nurse, but I wasn't equipped for this. No one is. During those years, Sarah was hospitalized more than 10 times. 10. Every time it was the same story: medicate, stabilize, discharge. And every time the burden of care fell back on me. There was no follow-up, no plan, no one to back me up when I desperately needed help. It wasn't just hard, it was heartbreaking. When we found Rose Hill Center, I was at the end of my rope. I remember thinking, this must be divine intervention. I didn't have an ounce of strength left. At first, Sarah didn't want to stay. She was angry and resistant. Somewhere along the way, something shifted. She began to understand that her success was up to her, that she would get out of the program what she put into it. That was a turning point. Rose Hill wasn't an institution with blank walls and silence. It looked like a home. It felt like a place where someone like Sarah could grow. She wasn't just being managed. She was being understood. And for me, I could breathe again. For the first time in years, I could focus on healing, physically, mentally, and emotionally. I wasn't just a mother in crisis anymore. I was getting my life back. Let me say this clearly. Sending Sarah to Rose Hill was not a failure. It was the bravest, most loving thing I could do for her and for the rest of my family. For so long, I felt guilty. I didn't want people to know our business. I thought if I just tried harder, I could fix it. But it was too much. It was okay to need help. It is okay to need help. I wish someone had told me that earlier. Rose Hill didn't just support Sarah. It saved us. My youngest sons no longer live in fear. They get to have a childhood. I could care for my own health. I could sleep at night knowing my daughter was safe. I could be a mother again, and not just a crisis manager. I could take the time to rebuild my relationship with my daughter. At Rose Hill, Sarah was finally given a diagnosis of autism and schizophrenia. That piece of the puzzle explained so much about her struggles with change and transitions, things that had been missed during every 72-hour hospital hold. It's a complex diagnosis, and it's something that simply wasn't being addressed during those brief hospital holds. Rose Hill saw the whole person, not just a crisis. Sarah has since completed education classes, something I wasn't sure would ever happen. And though she'd never admit it, she was proud. Sarah now works part-time and earns a paycheck. That might seem small, but for us, it's everything. I still set boundaries with her. And yes, it's still hard. But I know now that asking for help isn't giving up. It's the most courageous act of love you can offer your child and yourself. If you're listening to this and feeling like you're drowning, please hear me. You did not fail. You are not alone. You are not weak. Asking for help is one of the hardest and bravest things you can do.